What's good? What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with some terrible news, man. But you know what, bro? I'm not gonna complain because the key word in this situation is postpone and not cancel. So we gonna, you know, it's a little hit that we took, but we gonna stay positive because again, the key word in this situation is postpone, not cancel. Okay, so we got a highly anticipated matchup between 122 unified champion Stephen Coolboy Fulton, or Stephen. I like to say Stephen Coolboy Fulton, and then you got Naoya Inoue. You know, a match that I'm definitely looking forward to. I'm definitely excited, but unfortunately, Naoya Inoue has had an injury, so the fight has to be postponed. Now, I always like to tell people when you have a boxing calendar that's highly just, man, bro. I mean, bro, because like it look like 2023 is definitely starting out to be a good year. You know, we this weekend we got Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez, and that whole card is stacked. My dude Joey Spencer fighting Abel Ramos or whatnot. We got my boy Ryo fighting against Chris Colbert. Like the whole card is stacked this weekend, and I definitely just purchased that. You know, I urge everybody to purchase that. We got to purchase and support good fights. That way we'll get more of it. But we got that. You know, we got Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. You know, we got Jermell Charlo versus Tim Tszyu later on in the summer. Like, bro, we have a lot of big fights coming up. So when you have that schedule, I always tell people, and I don't mean to be a party pooper, but at least one of those fights, you can expect to be postponed at some point because this is just almost like, bro, too good to be true. So I'm not too shocked that this is happening, but this is happening. This is part of the sport, right? So, you know, let's look into it, and then I'll give my opinion based on the situation. So, shout out to BoxingScene.com. It says, Inoue injured in May 7th fight against Stephen Fulton Jr. Stephen or Stephen, whatever you want to call my boy. Cool boy. Postponed, new date to be determined. It says one of boxing's most interesting fights on the boxing calendar has been postponed. BoxingScene.com has confirmed that Japanese superstar Naoya Inoue has suffered the undisclosed injury during training camp that has forced the 3-division champion to withdraw from his 122-pound title fight against Stephen Fulton Jr. Inoue, who became boxing's fully unified bantamweight champion 3 months ago, moved up to the junior featherweight division to challenge Fulton for his WBC WBO 122-pound crown May 7th at the Yokohama Arena in Yokohama, Japan. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, forgive me. In Inoue's hometown. Philadelphia's Fulton confirmed through his Twitter account Tuesday that their fight will be rescheduled. ESPN.com Mike Carpenter, who first reported Inoue's injury caused a postponement, reported Tuesday that Fulton Inoue will be rescheduled for some point this summer. The 29-year-old Inoue, who has the record of 24-0 with 21 knockouts, is commonly considered one of the top 3 fighters pound for pound in boxing. His 11th round knockout over England's Paul Butler on December 13th made him boxing's first undisputed 118-pound champion of the four-belt era. The 28-year-old Stephen Fulton, who has the record of 21-0 with 8 knockouts, will be forced to extend his layoff to over 1 year while waiting for Inoue to recover from his injury. Fulton's most recent bout took place last June 4th when he easily outboxed ex-WBA 122-pound champ Daniel Roman on his way to winning a 12-round unanimous decision at the Armory in Minneapolis. Fulton considered moving up to featherweight limit of 126 pounds for a rematch with Brandon Figueroa after he defeated Roman. Once the Inoue bout became a realistic possibility, however, Fulton informed Premier Boxing Champion founder Al Heyman that he wanted his career-defining fight against Inoue more than a rematch with Figueroa. That shows you that for all the people that say the PBC fighters ain't fighting nobody and stuff like that, shows you that the PBC fighters are trying to make things happen. Because I see a lot of people that like to just blame things on the PBC as if the PBC was the blueprint of making in-house fights. In actuality, Top Rank was that blueprint. But anyways, Fulton defeated Figueroa by majority decision in a fan-friendly 12-round, 122-pound unification title fight in November at Park MGM's in Las Vegas. So that's what we have, man, so far with Inoue, man. So as far as the Inoue, bro. So let's go ahead and put our thoughts into it. Now, so obviously, we don't have any details on the injury. So, shout out to everybody handling this like as if this is, a real injury, rightfully so. Obviously, I know both fighters wanted the fight. I just find it very, very funny. I'm gonna call you guys out, and you guys know the guys that like for when Jermell Charlo was injured. You guys want, oh, Jermell's faking. He's faking his injury now, but is that same? Is the same. Are we gonna have that same energy for Naoya Inoue? Are we gonna have that same energy for him? He didn't even disclose his injury. Are we gonna have the same energy? No, of course not. That's for you guys that was trying to say Jermell was faking his injury. Now, personally, me being a boxer myself, I understand injuries happen, so I'm not gonna sit here and say Inoue is faking his injury because I understand things happen, and I also understand both fighters want this fight to happen, man. Now, listen, the good news is, like I said, we're getting this fight. It's not canceled. It's postponed. Stephen Fulton just made a post saying like, "Hey, bro, I think he said something like he has the new date, but it's not been official yet, or something like that." So they're already working on getting a date together. So, bro, we're gonna get this fight, bro. Unfortunately, like I said, things like this happen in the sport of boxing. Injuries take place. You guys gotta understand. If you guys have never been in a training camp yourself, then I don't even expect you guys to understand how situations like this work, bro. But injuries definitely happen when you pushing your body to those type of limits, okay? So again, shout out to those. Now, I definitely wanted to touch on the subject. I see a lot of people like to criticize the PBC for not wanting to work with anybody else. But this is a prime example of when two fighters want to fight, they can make it happen, all right? Shout out to Steph. Shout out to Cool Boy. I call him Cool Boy anyways. But shout out to Cool Boy for taking the steps to make this fight happen, bro. Steph didn't have to fight Inoue. Steph didn't have to fight Inoue at all. Steph could have just moved up and rematched with Brandon Figueroa, and nobody would have complained. But Steph wants a career-defining moment. So again, for you guys that like to criticize all PBC fighters, and I'm not saying all fighters shouldn't be criticized. No, I'm not saying, because some fighters do move funny. Okay, I get it. I agree with that. But some of you guys criticize the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? Steph is making boss moves, and he's the champion going into the challenger's hometown. And I know what you like. Well, Inoue is the bigger star. Not out here, he's not. Let's be honest. If I walk down the street and ask somebody, "Hey, do you know who Inoue is?" Guess what? 90% of them, 95% of them are gonna say no, right? Okay, so no, that's not the case. Maybe there's more money out there, but you still need to give credit to Stephen Fulton for being the champion, going to the challenger's home, and willing to let his nuts hang, bro. Willing to have a career-defining moment, and I love that. I really love that. I love the guys that go and look for the challenges, man. And I'm rocking with Steph, man. I'm definitely pulling for Steph. I like Steph a lot. Cool Boy, I'm a fan of him, bro. He's a dog. And his resume says it best, bro. Just look at his resume. This dude I think half of his fights in his career have been against undefeated fighters. You know what I'm saying? So I think Steph is looking for the smoke with all the fighters, man. What's his name? MJ that holds the other titles at 122. Oh, it holds one of the other titles at least. He doesn't seem to want to smoke, whatever his name. I don't know too much about. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know too much about 122 pounds. Because I mean, bro, outside of the big names, I don't know too much about the small guys at that division or whatnot. So I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you on that. But regardless, bro. Anyways, listen. the fight is getting postponed. When the fight happens, you know I'm definitely gonna do a video on it when they announce when the new date for it. But you know, I wish Inoue a speedy recovery, and hopefully, you know, Steph, you know, just stays focused and don't let this distract him. All right, let me know what you guys think about the fight. Like, comment, subscribe. But what do I know?